this is angelcarsusa.org's bus. So Michael Jan is the founder. He's the owner of the bus. He's had it for a few years. We were fortunate enough that it needs some service on the mechanical parts, and I get to be the guy to kind of be the liaison in that process, right? Nice. So yeah, go ahead, walk through and take a look, man. I'm going to follow you with one of the cameras here and let you get a live reaction. Yeah, so this was in 1995, so obviously at the end of George's career, right, or towards the back end, I would say. The man kept playing until he was done, but you know, really built to be his personal space, right, on the road, and just a custom one of one. There's not another one on the planet like this, as you can tell.
Yeah, back in the 90s, Tanya Tucker had me on a bus. It was a loaner. She hated it. She was like, "This is not mine. Don't mind the mess. This thing is terrible."
Right.
This is probably what she wanted, what she was used to.
Welcome into another exciting episode of The Scene. I'm your host, Bubba Startz, and we're here for our special series on the bus. With me today is Mike Kuster. Mike, welcome to the show, man.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me. Yeah, this is amazing. This is awesome.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. It's been an awesome weekend here at the Josies as well, hanging out at the Grand Ole Opry. We got to meet on the red carpet.
Yeah.
You picked up a couple of nominations this year.
Yeah. Best country male artist, I think is what it was called, and male country song of the year. Didn't win, but it was my first time. Yeah.
You know, when I heard how many nominations there were and how many submissions, over 86,000 submissions, right? Just to get a nomination is a huge deal.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
To be a winner is obviously an amazing accomplishment and a feat, but just to be nominated is something. And that's what I was trying to tell, a good friend of mine, Tyler Herwig, as well. I was like, look, buddy, I know you're disappointed, but still a pretty big deal.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Pretty huge deal. And to pick, I think he had 5 nominations.
Yeah,
that means something.
Right.
So, Mike, where are you from?
I am from Frederick, Maryland.
There you go. Not a lot of cowboys in Maryland, I imagine.
Well, we're a lot of horses, but not a lot of cowboys. A lot of race horses.
Right.
But, my dad and I grew up cutting horses. And
incredible.
Yeah, so we
in
would
that
break horses.
Race horsing scene?
Yeah, no, we were not race horses. We were cutting horses and rodeo stuff, so we were on the outliers. But we would green break horses for people. So there's a lot of people that have pleasure horses in Maryland, and so we would break them.
I don't think a lot of people would think of Maryland as horse country.
Yeah, we actually have the second largest population of horses in the U.S.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Second to who?
Kentucky, of course.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah, so we have Pimlico race course, and
yeah, I'm not a big racehorse. Obviously, I know the Derby
so we have the Preakness.
The Triple Crown races.
Yeah, we are the second of the Triple Crown.
Yeah, incredible. What a so obviously that kind of raises you in country music most of your life, I would imagine.
Yeah,
you guys are country folk.
Yep, I grew up cleaning stalls and listening to country music on the radio in the barn. So.
Oh, good times, man. Good times. So when did you start playing music?
Oh, when I was a real little kid, my dad had a friend who had a band called Benny Dean and the Blackjacks, and he played at my dad's best friend's wedding. And I must have been 3, maybe 4, but I just remember watching this fiddle player up there and Benny Dean singing, and I said, "That's what I want to do. I want to play the fiddle and sing." So as soon as I could, I went to school and said, "I want to learn to play the fiddle," and they said, "Well, we'll teach you to play the violin." So that's when I started, and of course I started singing in the choir at church, like so many people do. So my parents drug me to choir rehearsals and practices and listened to me squeaking away on the violin. And
a really great instrument when done right, but I imagine those early years are hard for any parent to kind of get through, but obviously they saw some potential and saw your passion for it at an early age.
Yeah, and I started writing music when I was 6 or 7, and
so it was just in you.
Yeah,
it was in you. Incredible.
Yeah. So
and now here we are, just a few short years later.
Right, just a few years later. Yeah, when I was 18, I was in a band, and then my now wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, we decided we're not going to go to Nashville because everybody we met and knew that came down here was getting divorced. They never saw their kids. It was just, I said, I want to be with you and be with the kids. So I stayed at home and made a life in Frederick, Maryland. And when the pandemic hit, my kids we're listening to the music because I was sitting at home just playing music all the time. He said, "Why don't you release any of this? This is really good." So
very cool.
I did.
Shout out to the kids for giving you a push. That's incredible.
Yeah, my kids are great. They're 23 and 21, and
right. So out of the house now, you probably have a little bit more time on your hands.
Yeah.
Well, at least they can feed themselves.
Right.
Probably still coaching them into doing their own laundry, but
yes. No, they're great, and they come to a lot of shows and
incredible.
Listen to my music and
it's
give me feedback.
So much to you to have the kids there with you.
It really does.
Pushing you along and providing that motivation to not just do it, but to keep doing it.
Yeah, and I had really put all that music behind me for years, and when they were pushing me, I'd found it was COVID, so I was going through all this crap, couldn't do anything else, so I found a little box that I had that was locked, and I couldn't believe I remembered the combination. I opened it up, and it was full of letters that my wife and I had sent to each other when we were in high school,
really?
Like passing notes, and there was one in there I opened up and read, and it said, "I know you're going to make it in Nashville, and you're going to take me on tour with you when you go." And I said, I think she's talking to me 30 years later.
Right. Oh, what an incredible story. Yeah, that's a song right there.
Right. Yeah.
And now here we sit on a bus that spent plenty of time on the road, obviously touring around with George. And, you had the experience, not just the red carpet, but the whole show and hearing your name called at the Grand Ole Opry. Tell us a little bit about, your experience here, because I was just covering it. I wasn't a nominee or anything. So a little bit different experience for me. Just as awesome, right? In every single way. We worked our tails off on that red carpet, talking to as many people as we could, because it's important to you to get that moment, right? I felt bad that there were some people that we couldn't get to at the end of the day, because everyone deserves that time on that carpet, and this is your time to shine. And I think that's really what the Josies are about, is giving everyone that time to speak on stage, to enjoy being in that circle, that iconic circle, and just getting it done. So awesome, Mike. Hold on, I think we got another artist.
I hear that.
This is how this rolls here.
All
Mike.
right.
There we are. We're in the middle of an interview now, but step on in. Come on, you can sit up front while me and Mike are talking. Close the door. You're all good, man. Thank you. Hey, shout out to Rudy Gunn, Josie Award winner, popping in on the bus.
I'm gonna sit over here.
Yeah, man. I think you should be out of the shot most of the way there. That's all good. This is how it is on the bus, right? We're not in a traditional studio setting, so we get to kind of hang out and enjoy it. Thanks for the coffee, sir. I appreciate that. It was a long night, so for everyone watching at home, we had found a parking spot for this that we thought it was going to be good for a few days. Paid for the parking, and last night I got a knock on the door about 1:30 a.m. Security. I'm going, what the hell, man? We weren't even partying outside of it like we were with Rudy the night before, and they're like, yeah, you can't sleep in here. You got to get a hotel room. And I was like, man, your rooms are $500 a night. I can't afford that.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, actually, the hotel's full anyway, so you got to move the bus. And I was like, well, I don't drive the bus. I didn't drive the bus here. I didn't drive the bus to this spot. Well, it's going to get towed then. Well, that's not an option either, right? So I jumped up. I nutted up to the table here and got her done, right? I didn't have to drive it far, thankfully, and I had a big parking lot to whip it around in. But now I can put bus driver on the resume, Mike.
Right, that's right. You can do it.
You couldn't make this shit up, guys. I'm telling you. It's been a wild journey, and meeting you, Mike, has been a part of it as well. So, yeah, we were talking about your experience as a nominee of the Josies and getting out there, and, the feeling of sitting there, hearing your name called over the loudspeakers. Like, just take us through a little bit of your journey from, showing up at the Opry on Sunday evening and through the end of the night.
Well, yeah, since it was my first time, I didn't know what to expect. So, it's certainly exciting to be at the Grand Ole Opry, and that's an iconic place, and it's a place that's embraced all sorts of music. So it was great for the Josies to be recognizing independent artists of all genres, and we're all there to celebrate music. We all love music. So to be there, to sit in the audience, I don't come to Nashville and not go to the Grand Ole Opry, but to be there and actually be there to be part of it
It's different.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
This is my first time in Nashville.
Okay.
And
right.
I've said for weeks now, like, somebody pinch me. This is a dream.
Yeah,
right? I
yeah.
mean, how do I end up on this bus
Right.
in this building? Not just here to enjoy the show, but to be part of the show.
Yeah.
And I think that what the Scene Projects brought was a big part of the show. Getting to do the interviews and, especially collecting all the autographs. I thought that was a nice touch, an idea that I had. And then to see it in real time being something. Because who doesn't, like, as an independent artist, not a lot of people are asking for your autograph, right? I think Rudy told me that it would devalue the piece of paper that it was on. But I don't believe that's true, because now we have over 100 artists that have signed that piece of paper, and all of these people are on the rise and are winning awards and are being nominated and having their name called at the Opry. It's just and really it was a way for me to just keep track of how many interviews I did without having to keep tabs and keep the counter in my pocket and keep going. So pretty incredible experience, and to be a part of it is something special.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Mike, what's coming up for you now, man? I know you had a ton of music and you're recording more and releasing. So, what's coming up next for Mike Kuster?
I just got out of the studio. We just finished 2 new songs, so they'll come out in 26. We've got, I'm going to be in Richmond, Virginia in 2 weeks, then Harper's Ferry, West Virginia later in November. Then we'll take a break for a few months.
Yeah. So do you gig pretty regularly during the summer months?
Yes.
And try to get out there while the weather's nice?
Yes.
And I know the Northeast is much like the upper Midwest, that, travel becomes a little touch and go. So booking too far out through the months of December through February is a little hectic. I don't like canceling shows, so I just kind of fare better not booking a whole lot at that time.
Yeah. So we won't really get started until March, late March.
Come down south and do a little spring break tour or something.
Yeah. But then we're off every week. We're off to another place every weekend. So
incredible, man.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you so much for being a part of the show on the bus here, and being a part of the Josies was just an incredible experience. It was nice to meet you out there on the red carpet. Why don't you tell everybody how they can find you online and stream your music? Yeah,
I'm at Mike Kuster, that's Kuster with a K, .net. And you can find me on Instagram, Spotify, everywhere. YouTube. YouTube is youtube.com/@MikeKuster. So
fantastic.
Lots of videos of me and the band playing, official music videos, and all my music.
That's great. Well, this is Josie nominee Mike Kuster. I am Bubba Startz. You've been on the bus, and this is the Scene Projects. Mike, I want to thank you for being part of the scene.
Thank you, Bubba.